Becky here, owner of Quinny's Glitzy Tumblers. I'm here today to show you my method of how I do leopard spots, how to perfect your leopard spots on your tumblers. So here are a couple examples of leopard spots that I have done. And then I just got done doing this one. I'm going to show you today how to really make your leopard spots pop. So I'm doing a thin blue line tumbler right now, currently. The supplies you are going to need are black acrylic paint, Mod Podge, and you can use Mod Podge of any kind. I know there's a variety, glossy, matte, whatever. Whatever works for you, whatever you have on hand is what you can use. It won't make a difference with this method. So I just have the Mod Podge, just the regular Mod Podge gloss. The glitters that I use on a traditional leopard print are, I have a black from Recollections by Michaels. This is just a plain black. I also have a dark brown from Michaels as well, by the Creatology brand, and you can find this in the little kids section at Michaels. And this is a very beautiful dark bronzy brown. And I happen to find this in the little kids section, and I will never go back. Today though, for my other tumbler, I'm going to be using a silver from Creatology from Michaels. And those are the glitters that I typically use for the traditional. I'm going to put the dark brown aside because I'm not using that today. This is just to show you guys how I do my leopard print and how I make it pop. Let me grab my paintbrush. I forgot my paintbrush, guys. Okay, so I'm going to get started, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take some Mod Podge. You are going to make 2 little blobs of Mod Podge. One you're going to leave clear, the regular Mod Podge, and one you are going to pour a little blob, and you're going to put a very tiny bit of black acrylic paint in it. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm using just the plain Mod Podge on my plate right now. I like to go in with a small paintbrush. A small angled brush is what I prefer, but this is what I had on hand, and these paintbrushes I just got in a bag at Michael's. So I'm going to go ahead and go in. No rhyme or reason. I prefer my leopard print to be a little bit closer together, not super spaced out. Not very, very large. No rhyme or reason to this though. You can do whatever size you would like. I'm just showing you guys how I do it. And after I'm done, I will show you. You do not want to put your leopard print very close together, because you have to remember we're going to be adding in our black outlines to the leopard print. So you want to make sure to leave enough room to put black outlines. I don't like my leopard print to be too crowded either. So just keep in mind, there's no rhyme or reason to my leopard print. They're all different shapes. They're not super big, but I will be adding the black outline, which will make them larger. I'm very particular about my leopard print. I don't like them too big. They're all different shapes. I do all different shapes. I'm going to bring a couple to the very top of the tumbler, to the lip. And I'm going to make sure to do a couple leopard spots on the bottom and bring it to the base. And if I see any bare spots, I just go in and put a tiny dot of Mod Podge. This is just to fill up any empty spaces. Any empty spaces. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my plate aside. I'm going to try to show you guys an up close of where the Mod Podge is placed. Now I'm going to go in, while the Mod Podge is still a little bit wet, I'm going to go in with my base for the leopard spots. On this tumbler, I am choosing a silver. On a traditional leopard print, I use a very dark bronzy brown. But I'm going to be going in with my silver because this is not our traditional leopard print. This is a cup for a customer of mine who is a police wife, so she wanted a thin blue line leopard print cup. So I'm just going to go over all my wet spots of Mod Podge with my base color, which is silver. I'm going to make sure to fully cover all of my Mod Podge. And when I do my leopard print, I like to have a pair of scissors handy. And the reason why I like to have a pair of scissors handy is because I like to be able to tap off the excess glitter. Watch all of this fall. When you tap off that excess glitter, it ensures that when you put your glitter back in its container, that you're not mixing. There's nothing I hate more than mixing my glitter in their containers and then opening it the next day to go to use it and finding a different color in them. So I'm going to go over one more time with the silver just to ensure that all my Mod Podge is completely covered. I want to make sure that it completely soaks up all of the glitter. And please know that before I did this leopard print, before I started it, I did completely seal my whole entire cup, all the colors, seal it with clear acrylic spray from Krylon. So I did seal it so that way none of my glitters mix. And then once I'm done with this, I will go back in with my clear acrylic spray and spray over the leopard print once it's dry. Go ahead and tap off all the excess glitter. Okay, now we are going to be moving to the black outline of the leopard print. So I will go ahead and close up my silver glitter, and I'm moving to the black outline. I'm going to grab my plate, and here I have Mod Podge mixed with a little bit of acrylic black paint, and it's already mixed. I already mixed it. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to dab a little bit of black paint, and I'm very carefully going to go around the base of my leopard spots. And how I like to do my leopard spot outlines is I like to do a little bit of an outline on either side of the leopard spot. I don't like to completely encase it in a black line. I like to just do the very edges on either sides. I will show you what I mean in just a second. I'm going to lightly dab this black on. I want to make sure that I don't move the silver glitter that I just did. So just lightly dab, easily dab around that silver glitter or brown glitter if you're doing a traditional. Just lightly dab. I don't want to ruin the silver that I just did. I'm just going to continue outlining my leopard spots. The reason why I like to put black acrylic paint mixed with Mod Podge for my outlines, the reason why I started doing this several years ago is because when you put plain black glitter on plain Mod Podge, the Mod Podge tends to lighten up the glitter. It tends to make the black more of a charcoal gray. It doesn't stay pigmented. So when I mix the black acrylic paint with my Mod Podge, it makes sure that the black glitter stays that very dark, deep pigmented color. And it really makes your leopard print pop. I will never go back. I used to use just plain Mod Podge and pour my black on it. But I noticed when I did that, they just weren't as dark and my leopard spots were very dull. They were way too dull for me. So I decided to put black acrylic paint. And it has worked for me ever since, and I will not go back. There's no rhyme or reason to this. Every leopard spot is different. Different shape, different outline, etc. Okay, so I think I am pretty happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and move my plate and I'm gonna jump into my black glitter. I'm gonna go ahead and pour my black glitter on all of the open black Mod Podge sections. Just dumping it on those spots to really ensure that all of the Mod Podge soaks up the glitter and that we have no bare open spots. Go ahead and tap off the excess glitter. And I'm going to go over it one more time just to ensure that there is no wet Mod Podge exposed. One more time, I'm just going to go over it real quick, just making sure that no Mod Podge is still exposed. I'm going to go ahead and tap it one more time, making sure to get off all of my excess glitter. Now I will go ahead and let my tumbler dry. I usually let it dry for about an hour before I go in with my clear acrylic spray. And I will just hit my leopard print with a clear acrylic spray by Krylon. I usually do 2 light layers, and this just ensures that when you go to do a layer of epoxy, that your black and base color don't mix in with every other color you have on your tumbler. So here is my tumbler. Here are my leopard spots. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside, and I am going to go ahead and let this dry. If you liked this tutorial, please hit subscribe. Please go follow my Facebook group, Quinny's Glitzy Tumblers, and more for weekly tutorials. I like to do my tutorials start to finish. On Sundays, I give a list of supplies needed for the tutorial that week. So please hit subscribe on my YouTube channel, like my video, and go ahead and go follow Quinny's Glitzy Tumblers, and more on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I will get back to you. Thank you.